never knew that anyone else besides you could give me unconditional love. You have always been there for me and stood by my side no matter what anyone said or thought of me. For that, I am eternally grateful. I know some days living in a busy house may make you a little crazy, but I'm glad you are surrounded by people all of the time. Otherwise, we all know you would be living off of cans of Diet Pepsi and microwave popcorn. Cereal when you're feeling like a gourmet meal. Growing up, I knew you couldn't afford to give Jess and I everything that you wanted to. But that didn't stop you from making every holiday, birthday, and other special occasions memorable. I remember every Easter you would put a trail of those little tinfoil wrapped chocolate eggs starting outside of our bedroom. The trail would wind through the house, over furniture, and cross paths with Jess's trail. It would eventually lead us to an Easter basket full of goodies that would inevitably lead to me getting the plastic Easter grass all over the house. It meant a lot to me when I saw Jessie carry on your tradition with her kids. Speaking of passing things on, your near OCD tendencies when it comes to organization have found a comfortable home with me. Ryan has really enjoyed that one. But in all seriousness, I could not have asked for a better mom, role model, and friend. I truly enjoy every moment that we get to spend together, even when you were talking my ear off. I love you, and no words could ever define how strong that love is.
Thank you. I love you too.
And my mom, Pat. I can't begin to thank you for all the things you've done for me over the last 30 years. Every time I've needed you, you were there, ready to help in any way that you could. I remember one time when I was young, probably 7 or 8, Mom took me to the park over at the school. She encouraged me to try climbing across the monkey bars, something a fat, unathletic kid like myself wasn't exactly good at. When I got precisely 3 bars across, I fell off and hurt myself on the land. I don't remember what exactly I hurt, but I remember thinking I was going to die. Mom picked me up, brushed me off, and took me home to nurse my wounds. She gave me a box of chocolate milk and sat down with me until I felt better. I don't know if you even remember that, Mom, but that's a memory that just sums up how much you've always been there for me. From making my lunches every day through school, to watching all of my soccer and curling games, to driving me to the music lessons that you forced me to take. You put so much time and effort into making sure I got the most out of every day. I don't know how I could have ever done it without you. You've always been my rock. I've always known I could, and still can, come to you with anything. Thank you so very much for everything you did in raising me. I love you all.
Lloyd. It takes an amazing and very patient man to raise someone else's children as their own. I have never doubted or second-guessed that love that you have for me. You're always willing to play dress-up with me and my little friends, join my class on school field trips, or even play a round or two of Mall Madness with me. Any girls around my age remembers Mall Madness. Fun game. No matter how busy your schedule was, you always made sure that you had time to play and bond with me. I remember on a very long road trip to Thunder Bay to visit Auntie Otta, we stopped on the side of the highway to stretch our legs. Mom was asleep in the back seat of the Astro minivan, so we decided to take advantage of not getting nagged at or yelled at and climb one of the many rock walls that we saw on the side of the road. I'm not sure if any of you have ever driven through Ontario, but there are these beautiful, tall rock walls that line both sides of the highway throughout the province. As we made our way to the top of this particular wall, a still half-asleep Mom comes climbing out of the back seat. She forgot to close the sliding door and was yelling that we should do something about it. The flies! The flies! They're getting in the van! Clearly, there wasn't a whole lot we could do as we were on top of a huge rock wall, for Pete's sake. We both tried yelling down at her to just simply close the door, but she couldn't hear us as we were both too high up. We looked at each other and chuckled before climbing back down the wall to save a still very sleepy Mom from those pesky black flies. It was the simple moments that we shared together like that I will always treasure most.
Dad, what haven't you taught me or shown me how to do? It blows my mind how much you know about seemingly everything. And I'm so glad that I've been able to glean just a small portion of that knowledge from you over the years. I'll forever treasure the times that we have and will spend together, be it fishing, snowmobiling, or fixing something around the house or cabin. In fact, some of my most cherished childhood memories involve me coming out to the garage to see what you're working on that day, and end up sawing pieces of wood or, well, hammering nails into a random 2x4. Despite the nail through the finger incident. Like Mom, you've always been there for me, nail through the finger incident included, and I've always known that I could count on you for anything. There's absolutely no way that I can ever repay you for all the things you've done for me, taught me, and cheered me on forward throughout my life. I just want you to know that I appreciate it more than anything. I love you, Dad, and thanks for always being there.
As our parents, you've been behind us and beside us through thick and thin. We are both so thankful for the years of hard work, sacrifice, patience, and love you have given us. Today we are so delighted to be uniting our two families and making them one. Thank you for all the hard work and time you've put in to making this wedding happen. We love you all so very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's get this sappiness of ours over, and turn the floor over to Jessica.
Hello everyone. For those few of you who don't know me, I'm Jessica, the beautiful bride's sister.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, my brain.
Autumn, we have shared our lives together, and I am so honored to be sharing the day that you will begin the next chapter in your life with your one true love. It can be hard to share your one and only sister with someone else, but I have been nothing but happy to share her with you, Ryan. The love you show each other is inspiring and beautiful, and I look forward to seeing you continue to grow and blossom through your life together. Here's a quote. Marriage is not a noun, it's a verb. It isn't something you get, it's something you do. It's the way you love your partner every day. I know that I and everyone gathered here today wish nothing but the best for you both as you begin your lives as husband and wife. May this be the start of a happy new life that's full of special moments to share. May this be the first of your dreams come true and of hope that will always be there. May this be the start of a lifetime of trust and of caring that's now just begun. May today be a day that you'll always remember, a day when your hearts became one.
Yay.
So I'm Megan, and I'm Ryan's best man, or as Ryan liked to tell everybody previously, I was his best lesbian. Not true. So I've known Ryan for about 6 years, and we met through parking services, where we still work together. And I remember meeting Ryan for the first time. It was my training day, kind of like the movie, where
It was exactly like the movie.
exactly like the movie, where I was basically expecting to walk into this dark room where they just shouted at you for like 15 minutes until like the last person in the room was the one who would get the job. It wasn't quite like that. I walked in and there was this handsome young man with bright blue eyes, and I was like, wow, that guy's really attractive and he's super nice. And it was basically the beginning of this wonderful, wonderful friendship that I've been part of for the last 6 years. And Autumn, I have to say that you got a really, really wonderful guy. Ryan isn't just like dating material. Ryan is marriage material. He's the kind of guy that you'd date and you'd marry because he is just everything you would want a husband to be. He's caring and he's loyal and he's selfless, and I really couldn't ask for a better best friend, and I know that you couldn't ask for a better husband. So I'm really, really happy that you two found each other because I adore you both. And I'm glad that I was able to be a part of this. And I'm glad that you're all here to be a part of this. And yeah, I love you both. So thanks for having me be a part of it.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I guess it's time for me to wing it now too. Thank you, Megan. And Autumn, it's kind of nice to have, let's say, a maid of honor to actually remember the wedding ring, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inside family joke.
Little they know. So I first met Autumn, I don't even know how many years, it's got to be 7, 8 years ago. We were working at A&W together. And at first we we didn't talk a whole lot. She probably thought I was that annoying guy who used to be this A&W robot drive-through voice that you don't want to hear, trust me. And so after a while we did become friends. We started talking to each other more, hanging out a little bit, and just, I guess, more and more and more. And we spent times, she's someone I could share anything with. She was always there for me. She'd be someone that I could lend an ear, that would always lend an ear, and vice versa. And we became such good friends that at a certain point, we made a promise to each other.
Oh,
A
yeah.
promise to each other that she broke. I know, it's like as one of your best friends, that's kind of rude, right? It's not the nicest thing, but we promised each other that if we weren't married by 35, we'd marry each other, right?
Mine would be open though.
Yeah, so there you go. But I'm kind of happy she broke it because she found a great guy in Ryan. It's ever since when I first met him, I don't even actually remember the first time I met him specifically, but I do remember one of the first times they invited me over and we had stew, and I had probably 3 or 4 bowls, which goes to the fact that he's an amazing cook. And like she said in her vows, I too got lost in those blue eyes, so it's together. And so I became better and better friends with him as well. They let me in their home for several months when I had pretty much, no real other place to go. She helped decorate the room, whatever, because I'm one of those, nothing on the wall, it doesn't matter. She helped decorate, there was a lot of, and while I was there, I noticed that they're very good together. You have Autumn, who is, like she was saying, kind of a neat, freakish.
Particular,
that would be a better word to say. And she did a lot of the inside stuff, while Ryan would do a lot of the outside. We'd do the shoveling the driveway, whether it's mowing the lawn or whatever, and he'd do a lot of the handiwork. So they fit very, very well together. And it's easy to see that they love each other very much. They say opposites attract. It's not quite opposites in whole personality perspective. They're both very loving, very kind, very friendly. They are always willing to lend a helping hand to anyone that needs it. But I'm just glad that they found each other and that you could share this special day with me and everybody around here. And I love you both. And I couldn't ask for a better pair of friends just to get together, get married. It's fate, I guess you could say. So
Yeah.
that's all I can think of right now.
That's enough.
So if everybody could get their champagne bottles ready.